Hey Deena, another week of As the World Turns. Let's jump right into it. Who were you more tired of seeing on your screen this week? Damian or Liberty?
Damian. Hands down. First, for betting Lily, then justifying it to her kids about it, then getting Lily to believe it's what's best for her.
And somehow, in the middle of all that, he cheats on Meg, and she still wants him back. How is Papa Grimaldi doing that?
Maybe it's all those Viking funerals and tree burials.
You know, in the world of Lily versus Meg, Lily's lead has shrunk significantly. Somehow she also suffered no consequences so far other if you disgusted look from Faith and Luke. She even got loose and did reroute her plans to get rid of Damian by getting Meg to fight for him.
I am very puzzled by that as well. It seems like in all of Oakdale, only Meg is truly mad about it. And in a first for me, I'm actually siding with Meg on this one.
I'm also not buying Lily's reasoning for being with Damian. How exactly is being with him honoring Holden's memory?
Are we even sure she stopped taking those sleeping pills when she said that?
Who knows? Meanwhile, poor Holden has a hillbilly crush, and not sure how to react to it.
I'm secretly kind of glad he's playing along with Maeve, just so that he won't get into more trouble than he's in already.
I'm not sure it can get any worse than being stuck in a ditch with a gun pointed at you.
You can be stuck in the ditch and watching your wife screw her ex-husband.
Good point.
Or being stuck in a ditch and watching your sister and wife fight over the same guy while a gun is pointed at you.
Good point.
Or being stuck.
I get it. There are worse things. In other parts of Oakdale, Liberty continues to get opinions on what to do about her baby. Even a priest is involved.
Yes, this ethical debate about abortion is definitely getting bigger in Oakdale.
I don't think Liberty realizes how lucky she is that so many people care about her.
I'm not sure though, if they care about her or her decision.
Either way, my favorite part of this storyline this week was when Brad talks to Liberty at Java. He's truly a good supportive dad. I wish I can see more of him.
Meanwhile, Janet has finally succumbed to letting Liberty make her own decision by the end of week, after the poor choice of setting her up with pregnant Katie.
Perspectives, priests and pregnant women. Oh my.
Did Liberty really think Katie had a cake emergency? Not only is she knocked up, Liberty doesn't seem to be all that bright either.
Another person making not so bright decisions nowadays is Henry. Either that or he's whipped by the two women in his life.
Thanks to Audrey, we were introduced to Uncle Ralphie this week, to help Henry launder money.
Henry might as well go back to dressing as Geneva Swift and giving all the money to her.
I'm glad Craig catches on to Ralph.
And enters Audrey doing what she does best. Flirt.
Speaking of which, when Rosanna saw what was happening, my heart sank a little. I was really hoping she wouldn't go back to him. Especially when he's engaged to her sister.
Another love triangle involving relatives. Lovely.
Yeah, I'd rather see Audrey's advances to Craig amount to something, but I guess that's not happening.
It must be a hoot this week for Port Charles and General Hospital fans to see John Lindstrom, Damon Stewart and Lynn Herring in the same scenes together.
I know. Earlier in Metro, Paul and Emily attempted to throw an engagement party together only to cancel it and get married without any of their relatives.
And honestly, I don't think they care if anyone was there or not. Do you think this marriage will last long?
Nope. Not with Paul running to see what's wrong with Meg all the time. I was also half expecting Barbara to storm into the room with her arms flailing in disgust.
Well, considering Paul didn't even invite her to the engagement party, she would have extra motive to crash the wedding.
At least Allison was. First of all, are you digging her new blonde hair?
Very much so. She's less annoying that way. It's either that, or just her being around Casey all the time. He's definitely getting my nerves these days.
How so?
It seems everything coming out of his mouth is whining about Adam. Even if I didn't feel for Adam before, watching a scene with Casey I'd glad follow.
The show also brought back some history this week, when they rehatched the Adam, Gwen and Maddie storyline from 2 years ago.
Yes. Since I didn't watch then, I was a bit confused.
Well, basically Adam was somewhat buried alive by Gwen and Maddie back in the day, and it appears the show is going to use that as a motive for Adam to get off scot-free.
One thing is for sure though. I cannot wait to see Maddie next week. I would totally go straight for her.
Okay.
Well, let's wrap up this week's show with something different. What were you most annoyed with this week on the show?
I would have to say seeing how Terry went all gushing over Ralph. You.
I'm going with when Lily threw Luke's incident with Brian in his face to justify her sleeping with Damian.
You Nuki. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Catch you next week after another week in Oakdale.